Submit to your spouse's will, which is not in alignment with God's will, which results in causing you to tolerate their sin and ultimately causes you to compromise and sin. You submit to your spouse's ungodly behavior because the money that they make pays for your bills and can give you prestige. Next, you dismiss the Holy Spirit's guidance, telling you to stop submitting to your spouse's ungodly behavior and sin. Next, your spouse gets you things that you want, but hurts others in the process, and you allow it. Next, your spouse emotionally, physically, or sexually abuses you and walks in pride, yet acts in a false humility to the public or church, and you tolerate it. Next, your spouse leads you farther away from God and wants you to make them your God. Next, if you're a godly man who obeys the Lord, your wife will cause you to feel emasculated, mocked, controlled, disrespected, and dishonored. If you are a godly woman who obeys the Lord, then your husband will treat you unlovingly, objectified, humiliated, despised, degraded, controlled with contempt and hatred. Next, sex with your spouse is void of all love and intimacy and often forced or just going through the motions. So in Acts chapter 5, verses 1 through 11, Ananias came up with a plan to lie to Peter about how much money that they received from selling their property, as he held back some money for he and his wife Sapphira. She agreed to go along with the lie instead of telling him no. So when Peter met with Ananias alone and asked him if the money that they gave him was the full price, Ananias lied and said yes. Peter told him that he lied to the Holy Spirit, and then he died. Sapphira did not know that her husband died, came in 3 hours later. Peter asked her to share the truth, gave her a chance. Instead, she stated the same lie, and then she died. So you can have devastating effects in your life for submitting to an ungodly spouse that leads you to lie and be corrupt. You can even die prematurely. Ahab and Jezebel made idols of each other in 1st and 2nd Kings, and both were evil in the sight of the Lord. Ahab wanted Naboth's vineyard to turn into a vegetable garden, but Naboth refused to sell him his vineyard. So Jezebel devised a plan to invite Naboth to a banquet under the premise of celebrating him. Instead, she had two scoundrels accuse Naboth of coming against God and King Ahab. So they took him outside, stoned him, and killed him. Ahab then got his vineyard. Jezebel killed the prophets of the Lord and worshiped Baal, and Ahab allowed it. Matthew chapter 10, verses 34 through 36 says, "Do not think that I came to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man